So I'm going to go talk to this guy, Greg. He's a financial advisor, not a certified financial planner. It's the difference. See, I'm learning stuff, man. I'm learning so much.
Yeah, your head's getting big.
All right, go say action or something.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and today I'm not thinking so much about the next dirty job. I'm thinking more about how to protect the money that I earned along the way. I went looking for answers, and I found them at U.S. Money Reserve. Today, it's not enough to just work hard. You have to save smart.
Today I'm talking with Greg Elie, a financial advisor who is also a client of USMR.
That is correct.
So there are not a lot of financial advisors out there who talk publicly about the benefits of buying gold, and since you're one of them, I thought I'd take a couple of minutes to say what's going on in your industry, and why did you decide that it was an asset worth owning?
One, they don't know about it. Two, they don't get paid, or they don't know how to get paid. I'm not doing it because I get paid. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. And the clients should have some of their portfolio in gold and silver, as I do. And pretty much what I tell my clients, I practice myself.
So how do your clients react when you suggest to them an exposure to precious metals, when so many other financial advisors not only don't make that suggestion, but affirmatively discourage it?
Yeah, they do, again, because they're not getting paid and they want to do something that they can control to get paid. I mean, look, I get paid well, but I also get paid to tell people the truth. So it's not about just how much I make. It's about, you want a win-win situation. I want the client to win, I want to win. But I'm not going to win at the client's expense. And that's the problem. Many financial advisors want to win at the client's expense. That's immoral, it's wrong, it's not the way I choose to do business. So I am going to tell them the truth.
How do you decide and how do you advise your clients on what percentage of their portfolio to think about?
One of the things I tell my clients is don't have unemployed money. In other words, money that's not working for you, okay? So typically, I follow something called a rule of 100, okay? Rule of 100, you take 100, you subtract the person's age from it. So if he's 65 years old, 65% of his money should be in safe foundational investments. No more than 35% exposure. Most of the time, people are flipped. They're upside down. Why? It's called greed. People want to make money. But what happens, I believe that there is a looming potential of a crash that's going to be so serious, people are going to lose their 401ks so quickly, they're not going to be able to respond quick enough. And so if they follow our strategy, the one that I use for my clients, their money's not exposed because I'm not putting the majority of the money into the market. So to answer your question, a lot of it depends on how much liquidity they want to do, how old they are, because an 80-year-old might not be toting around silver that much, and hopefully the kids help, and we don't get involved in that part, but that's a consideration. So if I'm advising an older client, I might recommend, hey, why don't you get more gold? It's easier for you to handle, from a physical standpoint. I try to practice what I preach, and I'm a believer in it. I think the BRICS nation problems is bad. You've got Bitcoin going through the roof right now, and nobody can answer one question with Bitcoin. Who do you call if something goes bad?
Right.
I did that on my radio show. I played the Ghostbusters song. Who are you going to call? Because who are you going to call? And so, I lost $70 with one of the crypto things. I don't even know how to get it back or who to call. It's not even worth my time. But, I still don't like losing $70.
And it's annoying.
It is annoying.
To not have somebody to say, hey, I gave you the money, now where is... See, this is the thing, and you probably hear this all the time too, but people, you can't get into the cloud. I mean, not really, you can't look in there, you can't crawl in an ETF. You can't pull out your blockchain at a cocktail party and say, take a look at this
right.
thing.
Yeah, nothing tangible. And that's the problem. That's why I got into it late in the game. I've made money on Bitcoin, but I'm not a big proponent of it because, one, I don't fully understand it because I don't like computers that much, even though I have to use them. But, there's a scripture in the Bible. It says, gold and silver is mine, says the Lord. So what that means is the principle of gold and silver is ancient. And so I believe it's going to weather and stand the test of time. There's been 4,800 fiat currency crashes throughout history. That's a major reason why one should own gold.
Can you I'm sorry, a fiat, what's that mean?
Fiat, paper currencies, non-gold backed type currencies. 4,800 from the research I've done. Throughout history, the Roman Empire, look at what's happened to some of the countries, Czechoslovakia. Somebody gave me Czechoslovakian dollars, $70,000 face amounts, and they're worth nothing. So I think that having a position in physical gold is crucial.
So, full disclosure, I'm going to make some sort of move into this. I'm convinced I need to own some, but I have an IRA.
Okay.
And I kind of like the idea of having my hands on some gold too. I don't know why. It's primal, but
Sure.
But is there any rational reason to want to be able to touch it in this day and age when you can get an ETF that's gold?
Like you said, what is an ETF if I need it? And think about something else, and I believe this is something that could happen. What happens if the internet shuts down for a week? What do you think is going to happen to the market? And look at what happened during COVID. You saw the market, the Dow dropped to 19,000 or something really low. And, people were freaking out. It came back. But that was kind of a trial run. And I think that that's where having gold and silver is going to be crucial if something weird happens. And it's like nothing's weird happened in the last 3 years, has it?
I mean, you're right. It's kind of funny when you look back. It's like, oh, Lord, give us a sign. It's like, all right. All right. Well, then, how do I know what the right move is? I mean, you said you've got gold in an IRA.
Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted. They had a guy in Greenville, and there's so many people advertising gold, and that's one of the things I appreciate with this company right here, is the fact that I have good quality people that I deal with that can answer questions that I have, because it's not my expertise.
Talk more about the folks here, because I'm kicking the tires all over the place. And you mentioned, all the ads on TV in Greenville. They're everywhere.
Right.
I mean, you can't turn on the TV and see, without seeing somebody just staring into the lens and telling you with great certainty about this, and the other. And typically that kind of thing doesn't persuade me.
Right.
But then again, I'm older than I've ever been. Right.
I think we all are.
Right. And I'm looking around. It's like I worked hard on a number of projects that I'm proud of, and I would like to protect my money.
Well, it's a smart thing to do. I mean, do you feel confident with what's going on economically right now, politically?
I don't, but
I don't.
And in part because I just don't understand it. But no, I certainly don't feel confident.
Well, I mean, I have a solution. You have something tangible that, again, has stood the test of time, historically speaking. And do you know the last time we had a big 12-year bull run like we did this recently?
Was it leading right up to 2008?
No, right before the Great Depression.
Oh.
Yeah, 12-year bull run, roaring 20s. 1918, after the war, it started picking up, and then in 29, it all crashed. History has a funny way of repeating itself. But the point is, look at what's going on. Look at the BRICS nations right now. This thing with Russia and China teaming up together. Then you've got India, who's an up-and-coming economy that we've propped up. All of the economies we've propped up. And now they say we don't want the U.S. to be the reserve currency. If that happens, all of our printing presses are done, and we no longer have control. If that occurs, or if it is some form of it happens, where's the safe haven? When interest rates were low before COVID, people had money just sitting around. So if they had $100,000 sitting around, I'd say, hey, why don't we take some of this money and why don't we position some gold and silver that you own? And I'd hook them up with the folks here, and they do a great job.
So the moral of the story, to land the plane, as it were, what should people who are looking at U.S. money reserve and trying to come to an honest decision, what should they do if they take it to their financial advisor and just get it sort of dismissed or run into skepticism? Do you push? Do you challenge them? What would you advise they do?
What they should do is they should use common sense. I remind people all the time, it's your money. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you guidelines on how to help yourself position yourself in the best possible way. And that includes gold and silver.
Greg Elie, nice fellow.
Well, that's good to know. Financial advisors aren't necessarily incentivized to talk candidly about the benefits of owning precious metals. If you have a financial advisor, hopefully you'll feel more informed now about discussing with him or her the benefits of doing so. In the meantime, feel free to watch another video, or better yet, call the folks at U.S. Money Reserve. They're standing by to answer any questions you might have and give you all the information you need to make a truly informed decision.